Okay, so when I started trading HRC, um, started trading HRC last year, mid last year, not even mid, around early towards mid last year, and one of the things that happened was that I took a lot of losses, plenty losses, because of some things that I thought I knew, but I did not know, and because of some things that I did not fully understand. So in this video, I'm going to be showing you guys just three of those things. Three of the things that if you don't understand, you're going to keep taking losses in the HRC. This video is going to be a very short one and straight to the point. So let's move. The first one, the first one is not paying attention. Not paying attention to data. Not paying attention to data. This is one thing that was destroyed when I started, trading as HRC. So this is it. You guys, a lot of us, a lot of you guys prefer clean charts, so you don't mark up your charts. You don't you don't want to have rough charts. You want to have a clean chart, as clean as even some of you want cleaner charts like this. But yeah, you can actually have that on your CFDs. You get, but if you come to my futures, man, bro, my futures is a bush. Why? Because it's not because I just intentionally want to be rough. You know, it's just because I want to have data. I don't want to delete anything that I mark up. All of them, you can see most of them are locked. You can see they are locked. So it's very important to have data. Very, very important. Data will help you to understand what's going on in price action. Data will help you to understand what's going on in price action and follow the narrative. Do you understand? Without data, there's nothing really you're doing. HRC is majorly like, you using the chart to tell story, or the chart telling you story, and following the narrative. HRC is not a pattern. HRC is a narrative. Do you understand? Like, it's just something that is continuous. You have to it's just like you are seeing the movie together, and maybe let's say you left around 5 minutes into the movie, and then you came back 30 minutes while we're already 30 minutes into the video, into the movie. One of the first things you have to first understand when you come back is what has happened. Because there is literally, in most cases, there is literally no way that you're going to be able to understand what we are now seeing, why we are laughing, why this girl is crying about the movie. You'll be like, what happened? What has happened that I've missed? So that's just how HRC, is. HRC, without, if you missed a story, you you might think you will survive, but bro, you get to a point where you actually need that part of the movie and you won't know what to do. So that's why I keep data. Pay attention to data, keep data, store data. It's very important in HRC. That's one of the mistakes that a lot of newbies make. So that's number one. Number two is thinking price will never take a low or high simply because it's not true liquidity. This one, this one, this one, this one, it affected me a lot when I started. Whenever I see low that it's not true liquidity, that is if the higher and the low do not diverge, I'd be like, oh, they will not take this high. They will not take this high ever again. And until we have something, you know. Well, it's not like it's entirely false, but you must understand something. You must understand a lot of things, in fact, a lot of things. Take for example, this low here, this my low here. Although I think this one was present as liquidity. But take for example this one here, this one on NZD, this low. This low was not liquidity. I see it was not liquidity. But what price came and took it out, like there was no divergence. Why did price come and take it out? So it's very, 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 very important to understand one thing. This is how you avoid that kind of thing, because you find a lot of them on charts. For example, this eye is not true liquidity because this low and this low did not diverge. Okay, let me see. Yeah, if you go down to, let me see, let me go down to one hour time frame. These are 2 different days. This D minus D minus. There was no divergence, bro. Why is this eye getting taken? Like some people would want to sell from yourself, in fact, But I said it on my Telegram channel that I'm bullish on NZD. Bro, why will you be bullish when this place is not available as liquidity? At least let them diverge first. You see, that's the problem. So a lot of people get that wrong. And that the high is not available as true liquidity does not mean they will not take it out. I know this is against everything you've believed on the journey so far. But the earlier you start telling yourself, the better you, the earlier you start telling yourself, the earlier you come into profitability, with the concept. So, how you avoid that is that you have to understand, like I said, from the first, um, error that I mentioned about keeping data. Like I said, you have to understand that HRC is a narrative, and then you have to follow the storyline. You have to know where we are coming from and where we are right now and where we are going in the storyline. If you don't know that, if you don't understand that, there's nothing you are doing yet. Like you cannot, for example, one of the things is you know this I will be taken out. Why? Because there was exhaustion and absorption here. This low, this low, there was exhaustion and absorption when they took out that low. So then we just needed to reach a zone that was necessary for the buy. And the buy will start. If the buy starts, what's this high compared to the yearly exhaustion absorption or monthly exhaustion absorption that we got here? You understand what I'm saying? So no matter whether there's trigger there or not, what can happen is that what can happen in this kind of scenario is that if that high is not available as trigger, they might, that's if they have a liquidity amidst this range. They might sell from that range, from that, supply or demand area, and then when they sell from there, they'll come and take their liquidity and they proceed where they are going to. So you have to understand that following story is very, very important. It is very, very important in literacy, because without it, you will take a lot of losses. I want to see if we will find a kind of example like that on Euro USD. Let me see. Okay, okay, okay. Um, so this eye, this eye, this eye is not a true liquidity per se, because this last week was W plus, and this new week was also W plus, no flipping, and it was D plus, D plus, S plus, S plus. In fact, so bro, why did the price come and take out this eye? Somebody would want to sell from here. You see? So, but if you understand, you cannot just come on chat and just say, okay, there was no decision of something here, so I want to sell from here. No, bro, this is not other block type of shit. You understand what I'm saying? It's a storyline. Always remember. Oh my god. I'm telling you, Covenant is telling you now that HRS is a storyline. You have to follow the story. Do you understand? So, if you understand where we are coming from on price action, you will understand that we are still going up. We had momentum absorption here. where this high took out, whatever high it took out here, there was momentum absorption. Look at, we are not going anywhere yet. There's momentum absorption. You get? So, and these are two different months. So, and the month did not diverge. So, from there, you will know that, okay, we are buying from this 8,000 zone, right? That because why? This sell here just came for this session natural liquidity, and then we should buy from this 8,000 because there's no natural liquidity here that we're going for. So, if they're buying, see, is let me say this, your passive story is more much more important than what is happening aggressive in the aggressive part of chat. You understand what I'm saying? So your passive is more important than the aggressive. You get? So if you understand that, I think it will help you a lot with solving that problem. So you can see how they took out that even though that high was not a true liquidity. You get? So that's the second error that I see a lot of new HORC traders make, and I've also been there. So the third one, which is the last for this episode, I'm trying to split this particular video into two episodes where I talk about it in two episodes because I don't want the videos to be too long. So the third one, which is the last one, is thinking price will always sell immediately exhaustion absorption happens. uh, the reason why I can easily spot out these errors is because I made these mistakes. I took a lot of losses because of them. Not until when you know, Henry opened my eyes to these things. And thanks to him, by the way, maybe one of these periods I'll make a video about, I came into HRC, and then what HRC really is to me, But a lot of you already know that Andre is the author of the concept. Anyways, let me go back to what I was saying. So the third one is thinking price we always sell. Immediately we have exhaustion absorption. So if you're also thinking that way, that price will always sell or buy immediately have exhaustion absorption, you will take a lot of losses, bro. You will fuck up, bro. So I just remember that guy. Anyways, so take for example, let me look for an example around there. You will find especially for this kind of scenario, you find examples where price you find examples where price what's it called? Sorry. You find examples where price turned immediately they had exhaustion absorption, but it's not because they just add exhaustion absorption. It is part of it. That's not the full reason. You don't know the rest of the reasons. So take for example this place, for example, I didn't even have to go too far to find it. I didn't even have to go too far to find it, you know. So this week flipped here. By the time they got here, because it was the same, okay, it was not the same month. Sorry, it was not the same month. I thought we had the same month. I'm looking for one that has the same month or the same. Okay, these were the same different weeks too. Mm, okay, I can see one example here. Look at this. Price had exhaustion absorption here. D plus S plus D minus S minus took it out. And a lot of people expect that if price has this, price just start buying, especially when they start buying here. A lot of people would have entered more positions here to ride it up. But bro, price did not buy. The price still sold even after forming this swing low that took out this other one. Price still, sold. So why the price sell like that? It's very simple. It's because price has not gotten to the zone to buy from. So you must factor in zone whenever you want to, make your decision based on exhaustion absorption. Another one, this is another one. There was D minus S minus D plus S plus took it out. You know, that was exhaustion absorption right there, bro. That was exhaustion absorption. But a lot of people just see that and want to sell immediately from any zone here. Or say from this zone, let's say this zone is available as liquidity, like some of you know. But that's not it. That's even crossbreeding because they took out this eye also, and this eye is they didn't just take out this eye, they took out this eye. And to get the whether this node is available or is a target yet, you have to consider the two most the high that the aggressive took out most recently. So this was the high and the high was D plus S plus, and this one was, so you can't just because of this extra option maybe when price took it out and then just want to sell blindly. No, do you understand? So it's very 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 important to know that. It's very very important to know that. um let me show you one last example if I can see. Or let me just point your attention to this. You can see this place. Price do not have exhaustion absorption here. Anyways, this is going to be in the next episode. I'm going to tell you something about it. There was this week did not divide the other week. This low is protected. That's what a lot of just trader will see. But why did they come and take this though? Why did they come and take this though? You get, so I'm going to touch on that on the next video. You know, if price no have exhaustion absorption, but this is just like the thing that I was saying itself, like that this low is not true liquidity, that it does not mean price not take it out. But I'll talk on that the more on the next video. So thank you very much guys. I want you to pay attention to this stuff so that your win rate will increase, and we can with this make God proud and make Andre proud, and make ourselves proud, and make a lot of money. Thank you very much for watching. Click the like button and make sure you comment and subscribe. Thank you.